Scrub-a-dub-dub, what's the dub? What's going on, my scrub scrubbers? Ace here, and I'm here with my round 7 matchup against young Benja, the boy from Canada over there, my boy Yuko, and his team is the Ottawa Oshawotts. My team is the Alabasta Arcanine, as always. We are currently 6-0, looking for our 7th win. Now, looking at Ben's team, if you guys don't know my team, make sure to check out the team builder, because it's all in there, and you guys should know it already. But yeah, looking at Ben's team, like I said, really, I didn't expect the Mismagius, but that was really the only thing I didn't expect. So the Mismagius makes sense against my team because I don't have a great Ghost Resist, so Shadow Ball is going to hurt like hell. But really, I wasn't too worried about that. I'm just like, okay, that's just one added wrinkle to the matchup there. He brings the Regenerator Core like I expected in Tangrowth Slowbro because it's really annoying and it does a good job at what it does. So he does have the Absol, probably Mega the Thunderous. Why not bring the Thunderous? Because it outspeeds everything on my team except for the Raikou, which it speed ties with. And then he has the Darmanitan, which I anticipate to be Scarf because it doesn't really make sense for him to bring Band when I have a Speedy Latias and I have a Speedy Raikou and I have a Speedy Durant. And Darmanitan blows us back with a Scarf because he can have Scarf U-Turn, Scarf, and Scarf Flare Blitz for the other two. So that's really what I expect that he is going to probably end up leading with. And anything else in the matchup, like the Thunderous, I don't have a bad matchup against with Rotom Heat. So I was like, okay, let me lead off with Rotom Heat because it allows me to be in a good position just against Darmanitan because I do live a Rock Slide. And then I can Volt Switch against pretty much anything else that he wants to bring, so I'd be in a fine position there. And I do have the Protect, so I can just kind of scout first turn if he is Scarfed or Banded Darmanitan. But I anticipated him to be Scarfed. So let's go ahead and press play. Bum, 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 bum. So, like I expected, he does lead off with the Darmanitan here. And now I kind of want to see what kind of Darmanitan he is. So I will go for the Protect just to kind of scout if he has the kind of like the cojones to go for Rock Slide first turn. But he actually just goes for the U-turn here. So now I know that he's probably locked into that with the Choice Scarf because, like I said, it would make sense for him to have U-turn like that without the Choice Scarf. Like, he could have it with a Band, but it wouldn't make sense because he can't U-turn against my Latias, which is probably the main thing that he wants to do it against. I go for the Thunder Wave here, seeing if he'll stay in here or if he'll swap into something else. If he swaps into the Absol there, that would be really good because then he'd be really slow. But here, I just swap out because I do have my Great Swap in Amoonguss here. Young Oh-ho-ho-ho-ho. If you guys don't know that, that's one of the last from the Street Fighter characters. But he actually goes for a Nasty Plot here, which is a great prediction on his end. But I'm not really scared of this because I am Assault Vest and I do have Clear Smog. So I will live any hit and then get off the Clear Smog and be able to live another one. So he goes for the HP Ice. And as I go for the Clear Smog here, I actually know now that my Raikou outspeeds because in order for him to go for HP Ice, or even if that's HP Fire, he has to have 30 EVs in speed. Which allows my Raikou to outspeed with 31 EVs in speed. Now he goes into Slowbro here, and I wanted to swap out just to get my Regenerator off here. And I actually go into my Rotom just to kind of scout what HP, like if it was Fire, then I would know. If it was Ice, it wouldn't be very effective, so then I would know immediately what it was. But he goes into Slowbro here, and I just Volt Switch out because damage is damage, and look how much fucking damage that does to Slowbro. And I go right back into my the Amoonguss here. And I anticipate that he probably went to Amoonguss here just thinking that I'll probably go for a Spore. Yeah. And he goes for the Scald here. And he actually does end up getting up the burn on my swap-in, which kind of sucks because now I'm on a timer. But luckily I have the Regenerator, so I won't be losing too much health. Now, here I just go for the Giga Drain as he swaps into his Absol here. I anticipate that he probably thinks I'm going to go for like a Giga Drain right on there, and that he can bring in the Absol to prevent me from going for Spore, because he can Mega Evolve off and do that. Now I anticipate him just to Mega Evolve here and go for the knockoff, and I don't want to lose my Assault Vest left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my young Blastoise here, and try and eat up this knockoff here, because I know I have my Mega Bracelet, which allows me not to get my item knocked off, and it does less damage to me. So I think this is my best swap overall. Now Ben actually goes for the Stone Edge here, anticipating my Rotom Heat, and it actually misses my Blastoise here, which is fortunate for me, because I got my Blastoise in for free basically. So now I'm going to Mega Evolve up and just go for a Water Pulse here. And he actually goes for the Sucker Punch here, which is a pretty good move to go for there. Because it is his strongest move, because knockoff doesn't do much. And he does get the crit kind of justice for missing the Stone Edge, because it kind of adds up to around the same amount of damage, to be honest. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I'm not really sure. But we take those. And so here he goes into his Thunderous, and I don't want to lose this thing yet, because I'd like to get off an Aqua Jet against the Darmanitan, just to get damage off against it. Now here I go into Blanca, anticipating him to go for the Nasty Plot on my swap-in, because he probably thinks that, yeah, like he did there, he goes for the Nasty Plot like he did against the Amoonguss swap-in, and I anticipated him to go for it again. Now, he knows that I outspeed him because he is running the HP either Fire or Ice, which makes him go down. So I go for the Volt Switch here, anticipating him to swap out, and because Volt Switch Choice Specs actually just blows back Thunderous anyway, so this allows me to just Volt Switch into my Durant here, because at this range, unless he's Tango Berry, I get off an X-Scissor and I blow him back, which I actually do because he's not Tango Berry and he's probably Assault Vest. Just seeing how much that Choice Specs Volt Switch did, because Tango isn't really especially defensive. But now this allows him to bring in his Darmanitan, which really is, it kind of sucks for me because this thing is a savage. So I have to go directly into my physical wall, Yoko Fire, the Rotom Heat. And he makes a great play here and goes for the Rock Slide, which isn't going to kill me because I am physically defensive and he's not Choice Banded, he's actually Choice Scarfed. So I will live that. Now here I thought about going for the Protect just to get off Leftovers Recovery, but I don't want to give him the initiative to swap into his Thunderous and be in a really good position to just kind of blow me back. So I go into my M Bison here because I know I can live a Rock Slide here, and I can just go for the Aqua Jet on the following turn just to get off damage against this Darmanitan and put myself in a good position to bring in, basically I think Latias is my best move to go into here, just because I can drop a Draco pretty freely, even though he will outspeed with the Rock Slide because he is Choice Scarfed. Well, like this is basically like confirming that he is the Choice Scarf right here. He's going to go for the Rock Slide here, and he's going to outspeed me as I'm trying to drop a Draco. But Rock Slide shouldn't be 2-hit KO, so I'm not really worried. But I go for the Draco Meteor here, and this is going to absolutely obliterate Darmanitan's life. I do get a crit, but it doesn't really matter because Darmanitan doesn't have the defenses to eat that up. So, yeah. Now here, I felt the Latias was kind of done its job at this point. The Darmanitan is gone, and that's really all I needed to kind of match up against. So I let it go down to a Shadow Ball here, just so I can get in anything. Now I went for the Draco Meteor there again, just to see if he was Choice Scarfed, which he actually is. Now here, his Tangrowth is gone, so I can actually just go for the Thunderbolts for stab here. And anything that comes in here is going to get absolutely blown back because I believe at this point he has Thunderous, Slowbro, and Mismagius left. So Thunderous is actually going to go down to the Thunderbolt there and get absolutely blown back. Now he only has the Mismagius and the Slowbro left, and he brings in the Mismagius here. And now the way he just kind of like swapped out and swapped it back in, not going for Shadow Balls, makes me think that he probably has Scarf Destiny Bond. So I'm just going to go into my Yoko Fire here because it is my best option here. Now, I wonder if he'll go for the Destiny Bond again here, so I'm just going to go for the T-Wave because it does hit the Slowbro. Like, it slows it down, I guess, and I can just Volt Switch back out if I really need to. But if the Mismagius stays in, then I can basically outspeed it after the Thunder Wave goes off on it. But here I just go for the T-Wave, get it off on the Slowbro there, and now I'm just in a good position here. I don't think there's really anything he can do. The only way I can lose here is if I let my Raikou take damage, and he basically is able to kill me with Shadow Ball, because I don't think anything else can kill me here. Because he will be able to blow back my Durant. Well, actually, he won't be able to blow back Durant because it's such a high level HP. So, like here, he's gonna go for the Scald. I swap into my Ohoho just to eat it up because there's no reason for me to lose differential here. So, like here, I can just go for the Giga Drain because no matter what he swaps in, I'm going to gain HP. He just sacks off the Slowbro here because he knows that at this point, it's basically over. Now here, I'm going to see how much... I want to try and preserve differential if I can, just because I'd like a 4-0 if I can. but I don't know if it's really possible at this point. So I'm trying to see how much this damage of Sludge Bob does to Mismagius. So that's what I'm going to go for here. As he goes for the Shadow Ball, which is going to do a hell of a lot combined with the burn damage. Like with Assault Vest, that does a hell of a lot. Now, the Sludge Bomb damage doesn't really do as much as I'd really like it to. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap into Durant and see if I can get just enough Regenerators so that I can have Amoonguss basically take down this Mismagius. But like I didn't really think about it too much because like swapping into a Shadow Ball here, I'm still not going to be able to live it because I'm basically back at the square that I was the turn before after the Shadow Ball, and he still outspeeds with the Shadow Ball. So I'm just going to go for the Sludge Bomb here one more time, just because I know that basically this thing is gone, and I'm only going to get a 3-0 at maximum. So I probably should have just let this thing go down originally. I mean, I got damage off against the Mismagius. I guess that's something there. But I don't know. Maybe like just putting him in range to make sure. Like I know he dies to like a Shadow Ball from Raikou already. But I guess maybe that's just like assurance damage. I don't know. If you guys think that was a good play, let me know. I just wanted to kind of see if I could like win with a wider margin here. But I go into Blanca here knowing that I can live even a crit Shadow Ball from this thing, and I can just Shadow Ball of my own and blow this thing back. So you just go for the Shadow Ball here, and he gets a special defense drop, but it doesn't really matter because this Shadow Ball will blow him back regardless of his EV spread. And I get a crit at the end, but it doesn't really matter. So that's going to be the end of the match there, guys. I am currently 7-0. Thank you to the match from Ben. It was a great match. I think he played pretty well. I think that just his answers for my team were less offensive than mine were. So, like my Rotom, for example, hits both the Tangrowth and the Slowbro, which are his best swap-ins to it. So like I felt I was in a really good position there. Then I also had the T-Wave for the Darmanitan, so he couldn't really go in there. It was interesting that he brought dual Scarfers in Darmanitan and Mismagius, but it makes sense because how much of my team that they both hurt with the Shadow Ball and Flare Blitz / U-turn combination. Like it really made sense why he brought a lot of the mons that he did. I think that I just kind of outplayed him. Like I brought the Clear Smog as well for the Thunderous, and well, I brought it mainly for the Slowbro because I didn't want to call mine set up and lose to that. But I knew Thunderous got Nasty Plot and Absol got Swords Dance, so I was like, okay, you know, if any of those mons are matched up against, I can just go off for a Clear Smog and prevent myself from getting sweeped. And I felt I was in a really good position there. And then kind of my pro play of understanding that his hidden power forced him to have 30 EVs in speed, allowing me to bring my Raikou with offensive pressure and be able to outspeed him, forcing him to swap out there. I think it was a really good play and just put me in like the driver's seat and let me really just like put the pressure on Ben and allow his really balanced team to kind of crumble against my. I would say my team is still balanced, but I feel like it's more of a my team than it is a balanced team. It's just something that I like to, mons that I like to play with, and mons that I felt that I was really good against facing most matchups with. So yeah, guys, make sure to check out my boy Ben down in the description there. His name is Yugopatamia on Twitter. So make sure to check him out and check out everybody in the CCL. Check out the CCL channel and everything because we put up great content over there. We have the power rankings. We have the nickname time. We have a lot of cool series on that channel. It's a lot of fun. And you guys can see some of the other battles from players who don't have channels of their own and everything like that. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below if you did enjoy it. And yeah, that's it. I'm out. Have a good one.